I am about to show you a secret trillion-dollar industry that is running the entire world, and you don't even know it exists. It's a giant system that decides if you get a new car after you crash, or if your house gets rebuilt after a fire. But this whole industry didn't start in some fancy office building. Nope. It started with a bunch of ancient sailors making a crazy bet on a dusty dock. I'm going to reveal how that one handshake became a global safety net that we all rely on. You are not going to believe how this happened. Let's go. The ancient gamble. All right, we're going way back in time, like for 1,000 years ago. Imagine you're leading a camel caravan through ancient Babylon. You have no GPS, no phone, literally nothing. And there are bandits everywhere. One bad day, and you lose everything you own, forever. So these traders came up with a genius idea. They made a deal. If bandits steal one person's stuff, everyone else chips in to help them get it back. It wasn't charity, it was survival. They literally carved this rule into stone. If your shipment got destroyed, your debt was gone. This was a complete game changer. Then sailors on the Mediterranean Sea saw this and were like, we need that. Their ships faced pirates and monster waves. The risk was insane. So they started doing the exact same thing. The first real policy. Now, let's jump to 1347 in Genoa, Italy. The ships are bigger, the cargo is worth more, and the losses are catastrophic. Imagine a ship owner. Let's call him Benedetto. He needs a loan, but he also needs a backup plan if his ship sinks. So some rich investors invent something no one has ever seen before. They tell Benedetto, listen, if your ship sinks, you owe us zero. But if it comes back safely, you pay us back plus a little extra. It was the world's first insurance policy, and it was so expensive. They were charging up to 25% of the ship's entire value. That's a crazy price, but it was way better than losing everything. And get this, they didn't have computers to figure out the risk. They priced it based on gossip. They heard in bars. They were literally gambling millions based on rumors. It was pure chaos, but it worked. Coffee, contracts, and Lloyd's. Fast forward again, we're in London, 1688, and the center of this entire world is a coffee shop. I'm not kidding. Edward Lloyd's coffee house was filled with sailors, ship owners, and rich people, all desperate for information. On a table, they had a list of ships, and literally anyone with money could write their name under a ship, promising to cover a piece of the risk for a fee. This is where we get the word underwriter. They literally wrote their names under the risk. How insane is that? They even pinned newsletters to the wall, listing which ships were safe and which were lost at sea. This system was so successful that Lloyd became a massive company, but all started with one idea: spread the risk so that one shipwreck doesn't bankrupt everyone. And this idea was about to take over the world. Fire, life, and the modern boom. Okay, so ships are now insured. But then, disaster strikes on land. In 1666, the Great Fire of London destroys 13,000 houses in just 4 days. It was an absolute nightmare. So this one guy, Nicholas Barbin, sees a massive opportunity. He creates the first ever company just for fire insurance. You pay him a small fee each year, and if your house burns down, he rebuilds it. People went crazy for this. Then things get even weirder. People start creating life insurance. At first, everyone thought it was super creepy, like you were betting on when people would die. But then they started using it to help widows and orphans, and it became a huge deal. By the 1750s, you couldn't build factories, railroads, or anything big without insurance. It became the secret power behind the entire Industrial Revolution, crossing the Atlantic. Of course, America wanted in on this. In 1735, a company in Charleston tried to insure houses, but it went bankrupt after a disease outbreak, proving you can't predict everything. But then Benjamin Franklin, yes, that Ben Franklin, started a fire insurance company in 1752, and get this, it still exists today. That's almost 300 years old. Can you believe that? Then, in 1792, the first major U.S. insurance company was born. After the Civil War, insurance in America absolutely exploded. Armies needed it. Factories needed it. Everyone needed it. By 1900, the U.S. was the biggest insurance market in the entire world, and it still is today. It was unbelievable. From handshake to algorithm. Then the 20th century hits, and boom, computers change everything. What used to be gossip in a bar is now done by supercomputers running insane math. And then it got even bigger. Mega companies were created to insure the insurance companies. This is called reinsurance, and it's literally insurance for your insurance. It means that even if a gigantic hurricane hits, the cost is spread across the globe, so no single company goes broke. It's insurance on top of insurance. Today, it's crazier than ever. Your car has a device that tells your insurance company if you're a safe driver. If you drive safe, you pay less. If you drive like a maniac, you pay way more. You can even buy insurance for your brand new phone with a single click. It's everywhere, the present and the future. Today, the insurance industry is worth over $7 trillion. That's more money than the entire economy of every country on Earth, except for the US and China. It is absolutely massive. Every time you get a loan for a house, someone is calculating the odds of it catching fire. Every time you drive, an algorithm is pricing your risk. We insure literally everything now. SpaceX insures its rockets. Hollywood insures actors' legs. Farmers in Peru can insure their crops against not getting enough rain. The future is even crazier. They're using tech that automatically pays farmers in Ethiopia if a satellite detects a drought. No paperwork needed. The money just shows up. They're even using blockchain to let total strangers team up to insure each other against earthquakes. It is wild. But through all this insane technology, the main idea is the exact same one from 4,000 years ago. Everyone pays a little so that no one has to lose everything. So we went from a simple handshake to planet-sized algorithms. But insurance is still just a massive promise that says, don't worry, we got your back. The next time you pay for insurance, just remember you're part of a 4,000-year-old story of people helping each other. If I just completely blew your mind and made you see your bills in a whole new way, smash that subscribe button. We drop insane history videos like this all the time. And comment below with the craziest thing you've ever insured. I will be reading every single comment.